sure don't need no rights. Crying out for me. I got a right and a reason to praise God.
I can't hold my peace.
He's done so much.
He's done so much
for me.
so much for me
That I
can't tell it all.
Yo, this your boy C-Star, and this is 600 Seconds with HyLo Art. Before we begin this interview, I gotta say, go like, subscribe, follow any and everything with HyLo Art. We on all platforms, so you can find us anywhere out there on the web. So make sure you like, subscribe, and follow. So now it's time to get into this interview. Today I have a very special guest. I have the recording artist,
Mr. Jeremy Miller.
Mr. Jeremy Miller. Everyone give a round of applause for Mr. Jeremy Miller. How you doing there, sir?
I'm doing good, so how about you, man?
You got me nervous. I'm dropping stuff. So, man, with you being a recording artist, I got to ask, how did you start?
I started when I was 21 years old back in 2015. I've been singing pretty much all my life. I didn't know I could write a song until I was probably around 20. And when I first began to, being in your early 20s, trying to make a living for yourself, trying to find jobs and can't nobody get in contact with you. So I had got discouraged about that. I was trying to figure out how I'm gonna make ends meet or how am I gonna support myself until one day I went to Goodwill. And then when I went to Goodwill, there was this section called Job Connections.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about,
So I went there, and it was somebody who was involved in music that worked in that department, and they told me about it. And then from there, they started giving up hookups and links and stuff, who I can talk to. And I was put on to a producer, and then when the producer looked at me, he said, "We're going to write 5 songs." I was looking like, in his words, he said I was looking like a deer in headlights. So, and when I was, because I didn't know I had it in me to do that until I began to meditate. And I just thought, maybe I can do this. Maybe this is, because I always knew it was something more that I could do than just sing.
Yeah.
So that I'm here.
Okay, so you're a singer and songwriter.
Yes.
Oh, I mean, that's the best of both right there. To be able to sing it and you can write the song too, so you get both emotions,
Yes.
when you're writing it and then when you be able to voice it. So, man, that's dope, man. I got to applaud to that, man. Definitely, though. So when it comes to, what you're singing and you're writing, what's your biggest influence? What's your inspiration?
My inspiration, I would say, as a songwriter, I would have to go to like the heavyweights. Like, of course, me starting out in the church, there's a lot of gospel artists and gospel songwriters that I have looked up to and look up to, some who aren't here anymore, like maybe like the late Andre Crouch or Walter Hawkins, people like that who wrote songs that'll live forever.
Forever, yeah.
Forever. And even among us, I look up to Twinkie Clark of the Clark Sisters.
Yeah.
I look up to Donald Lawrence as a songwriter. So I always incorporate what they would do. Like they would go, when I write gospel songs, I would go to the Bible and get a song from there like they used to do. So I always look up to them as a songwriter.
Okay. So as a recording artist, who do you look up to? What's your inspiration? Who inspires you as a songwriter? I mean, as a recording artist.
As a recording artist, oh my gosh, I would say I do like Jonathan Nelson.
Okay.
I do like, from John Legend. Definitely, John Legend is my guy.
I'm about to say that's my guy. Yo, I like John Legend. Yeah.
Ordinary People was actually the first secular song I ever sung publicly when I was 15 years old, when I was in high school. So, and
that's a beautiful song too, man.
Yeah. So I look up to him. It's a lot of people. Yeah.
Okay, I like that, man. So I want you to tell us a little bit about Elevation and Determination. Tell us a little bit about that.
Those are my rookie albums.
Okay.
Yeah, they're my rookie albums.
Okay.
Elevation, I came out with that when I was just starting. I was like a baby in songwriting.
Gotcha.
Pretty much, which I know people liked it, but it wasn't like, just starting out. They were just baby.
It's to you, it's not your favorite or best project.
Exactly.
That's your getting your feet wet project.
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly,
so Elevation, you got your feet wet. What about Determination?
Determination, it was a little step up higher.
Okay.
I was able to switch it up, do bluesies.
Okay.
Because that's another thing that I like to do. I like to add versatility to the songs that I write. And the crazy thing about me is I hear the song in my head before I can write it. Like
Okay.
I can hum the melody out, and then I'm like, sometimes I could be in the bed sleep or laying down. I can just jump up. I'm like, oh my, and then I could have to jot this thing down so I can remember it, and then I have to like I could sing it over and over, and then I could get the hook, and that's how I would do. And then from there, it's really crazy with me how I can develop a song, and I've always knew I could do it.
Hey, no, if it works for you, that's all that matters, man.
Yes.
Okay. So what we're gonna do now? We're gonna switch it. We like to play this game called Word Association.
All right.
I'm gonna throw a word out there to you. You just tell me either the first thing that comes to mind or just give me, just some information about it. You ready?
Okay.
So the first word I'm gonna give you is gonna be Columbia, South Carolina.
My stumping grounds, pretty much. Born and raised.
Okay.
I remember thinking of a lot of events that used to come through Columbia. I mean, still do.
Yeah.
One of my highlights, I've always loved going to Family Fest. They were like back when it was in Finley Park.
Yeah.
I used to love going out there. I would love to go. Of course, I still love to go to the fair. I don't get on the rides. I just go to eat.
Yeah,
But,
I want to get something. Yeah, we adults
So-
now. We just go to eat now. That's,
Yeah.
we just go to eat now. So with you being from Columbia, I gotta ask, what high school did you go to?
I went to AC Flora High School.
Okay. Okay.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, 2012.
Okay. That's what's up, man. So my next word I want to give you is family.
Where would I be without my mom and my dad? They taught me how to be the person I am today.
Okay.
Many times I wanted to give up. Many times I get discouraged, but because of the parents that I have and the strong reverence that I've seen them growing up, it's always in me to bend but not break, pretty much because of how they live and how much of an example they have been to me. Yeah, so I
Okay,
think
you got
of
a good
my
support
parents
team,
and-
man.
Oh yeah, my grandparents, my grandma, my sister, everyone who's close to me.
Okay.
Yes, I have a
Man.
huge family.
That's
so-
good, man. That's good. I always have the support of the family, man. So I got one more word for you. That word is gonna be fame.
Fame, I would say it'll take some work to get there. You just never get the big head.
Yeah.
Stay humble. Like JB said, it's always important to stay humble because even, the Bible backs it up too. Like say, humble yourself
Yeah, always.
and he will exalt you in due time.
It's-
It's always about it, and just always never forget where you came from. And then like the old folks say, never forget the bridge that crossed you over. So things
Man,
like that.
you got some gems, man. Yeah, man. That's what's up, man. So what we're gonna do now? We're gonna ask. We got an audience member that's gonna ask you a question. That's cool.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm cool.
How you doing over there, sir?
Doing good, doing good.
Can I get your name?
Devon Trey.
Von Trey. Did I say it right?
Yes, sir.
How you doing? So, you got a question for Jeremy?
I do. What do you like about being independent?
I like being independent because pretty much you ain't got to pay nobody too much. Keep it all for yourself as long as you can.
Okay. Well, speaking on independence, do you feel like if you wasn't independent, you have some type of constraints? People would want you to do certain things that you wouldn't want to do, or,
I would never know because I was always open to try new things.
Okay.
And I still am open to try new things. But, it comes with a boundary, of course, especially when people are looking at me or whatever.
Okay.
But sometimes I still struggle with that too.
Okay. Well, listen, man, you'll get it. As independence is the route, and I'm telling you, independence, you'll get there to the point where they'll want you.
Yeah.
They'll want you. They'll scream your name out. They'll be wanting you, man. So they'll be wanting you, man. So I gotta ask you, man. Your latest release is Redemption.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about Redemption.
Redemption is a whole new level for me. I would say I'm proud of this album. I cranked out some songs. I got a joint on there. They'll take you back to the 90s.
Okay.
Yeah, I got I have a song. I have different songs. I got a hand clapping, foot stomping song on there.
Oh, man,
It's
I
all
gotta
about
check this out,
versatility
man.
for me. And then I don't want to try to feel some type of way by talking about this, but there is a certain song on there that I wrote called "Forever Missing You." I wrote that song, to dedicate to everybody because we all know that we all have somebody who we love who's no
Yeah.
longer here with us. But I wrote that song off of a personal loss
Okay.
that I had myself nearly 2 years ago. It almost affected me mentally almost went borderline crazy, almost, especially dealing with another situation on top of that. So it put me under. But one day I was at the time I was at Benedict College. I was so much in pain. I was getting depressed. I was feeling like, wow, this is really like, this is real life right now.
Yeah.
I can't call the person that I usually call. I can't hear their voice no more and things like that. So I just sat to the piano in the practice, one of the studio labs in the practice room at Benedict College. I began to play out the melody to the song. I kept playing it, and then all of a sudden the words came. So that song is a gem to me, and my aim for that song is to help other people who might be hurting from that loved one that they're missing so much. And sometimes it gets easier. I mean, it's hard. It's always hard. It's never going to be the same. But as time goes on, it'll
with the presence of God and family, you can get through anything, man.
Yes.
So with that song, is that song that means the most to you on the album? Is that the one?
Yes.
So I have to ask, what song was, I guess, the fun? Funness is not a word. What the most fun to make?
The most
on the
fun
album?
to make was on my Redemption album. It's called a song called "He Knows." That's the '90s vibe.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the '90s vibe type song. And then there was another one that I enjoyed called "I'm Moving Forward."
Okay.
That has a contemporary elevation, acoustic, kind of vibe to it. Like,
Okay.
So I enjoyed those.
I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah.
I know you got a little booth back there.
Yeah,
I'm gonna check.
some CDs back there.
I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna check it out definitely, man. So, do you have any upcoming projects, events, anything else going on?
It's funny you say that because I didn't even tell my mom this.
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
All of a sudden, I'm in the process of writing my first secular song.
Okay.
Yeah, so I had a little bit of reservations about it because it's like,
You gotta do it, man.
As you know how people think when you go a different route, they think you're backsliding and stuff. So I get conscientious about that.
I just listened to Tamla Mann album, and she has two songs. One's with Kurt Franklin and Wyclef, and she has another one, and it's more secular. It got a different vibe to her. She does ballads. Yeah. Those two aren't ballads. They aren't ballads. So you can still praise him, give your glory, give him all the praise, and do a little bit different. So yeah, hey.
And I wrote a few jingles too, which I haven't done anything with yet because I want to be able to go through the right procedures and how to get it out there. So I'm in the process now of writing a theme song for a basketball team.
Okay.
So I got
some
the
moves,
words.
man.
Yeah, I am. Because I think honestly, I'm starting to believe that that's more of my speed. That's more of my element. Being like commercial.
Okay.
I think that's more of my speed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
try it out, man.
Yeah.
Try it out. Create your lane and keep it moving, man. I feel you on that. So we're going to switch it up from the music, and I'm going to ask you some different questions, okay?
All right.
Are you a comedy or drama person?
I like both.
Okay.
But honestly, I'm going to tell you, my guilty pleasure are reality shows. I watch,
Yeah, they're comedy and they're drama.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a sucker for love and hip-hop.
Yeah, who is it? Man,
Atlanta.
You been watching? You been keeping up?
Yeah, pretty much, but I got them recorded. Some of them got to catch up on.
I do the same thing. I watch the RHOA, Real Housewives of Atlanta. I don't really get into the other ones, but
back in the day.
Yeah, I get into all. So what's your all-time favorite? If you had to pick one, what's your all-time favorite? Which one you can watch over and over and over and over again? What can you watch over?
I would say Love and Hip Hop Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one.
Cause they some fools, man.
Yeah.
And it only gets better. I love Jock, man. Jock is
he's a nut.
Man, I love Jock. So, when it comes now, we're gonna go back to the music. What's on your music playlist?
If I tell you that, you'd be here till midnight.
Okay, well, I like that. So we're gonna break it down into two sections.
Okay.
If you can wake up to any song, what would it be?
And you said what now?
If you can wake up to any song, when you wake up, if you could play a song as soon as you wake up, what would it be?
Let me see. I love Whitney.
Okay.
Yeah. Whitney
Okay, so
Houston.
when you about to lay it down, when you about to go to sleep, what would you listen to?
The Clark sisters.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
I just watched their documentary not
Yeah,
too
the
long
movie,
ago too.
yeah.
Yeah, good.
Last year.
That was a good
Yeah.
one, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. That was a good one. Okay. So with you being the songwriter and the recording artist, if you can work with anybody creatively, dead or alive, who would it be and why would you work with them?
It would be Tone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His Tone, he's ridiculous. Just ridiculous.
Yeah.
His songwriting, his creativity is just on a whole nother
His
different level.
creativity is it's totally different, but I love it.
Yeah, it's totally different level. So I would say Tone. I would say, like I said, stated earlier, Twinkie Clark.
Yeah.
I've loved her as long as I can remember.
Yeah. So is Twinkie the writer out the group? Or
Yeah.
Okay.
The
Okay.
writer,
Twinkie was the writer out the group. Okay. Gotcha. So, if you could give advice to anybody, what advice would you give anybody?
It gets hard, and you may get discouraged along the way, but it's always important to never sit down on your gift. Always cherish the gift that God has gave you.
That is so true. Because so many people don't. They let it pass. They let it die, and they just don't. They don't appreciate even the gift of life.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
the gift in itself. And like you said, with you going through everything and with the songs you make, you get discouraged sometimes to the point where you don't even know what you're going to do.
Exactly.
How you going to live on, and you got to just keep that motivation and keep that inspiration to know that your life is worth it and your passion is worth it.
Yes.
And I can see that you have it, man. I can see that you have it, man. So how can we follow you, man? How can we support you? How can we follow you?
Well, I have my own YouTube channel. If
Okay.
you want to type in Jeremy Miller Redemption, it should pop up, and then my whole playlist should be there.
Okay.
I have my different albums on there. I have my videos on there.
You got some videos?
Yeah, I have
Oh,
videos.
I gotta check you out, man.
Yeah, I'm on Facebook, Jeremy Miller. Instagram is singing_J Mills
Okay.
with a Z. And so I'm
Okay.
Yeah.
So you got any final shout outs before we wrap up this interview? Any shout outs?
I just want to shout out my parents, my mom.
Okay.
Hey, Mom.
Shout out to Mom Dukes.
And I think my family over there somewhere. I
Okay.
see them. Shout out to them. Love y'all.
Okay, well, man, listen, from HyLo Arts, man, we want to say thank you for coming. Everyone give a round of
very
applause
much
for Jeremy
for having me.
Miller.